NBA opening week is here, and the Sixers have finalized their roster. We'll take a look at the last few cuts. Also, a James Harden update and Daryl Morey comments on the Harden matter. You do not want to miss what he had to say. We'll break all of it down and more here on Philly Take with RB.
Perfect.
What is up, everybody? RB here. Welcome into the show. You know the drill by now. Hit the like button, drop a comment for the algo, subscribe, ring the bell. Don't miss any of the coverage. We will be live every single Sixers game right here on YouTube. #1 watch party community with the fans. We'll be doing post-game coverage and a lot more extended coverage, especially if and when a James Harden trade goes down. We will keep you up to date. Just a reminder, follow on Instagram, Twitter, join the Discord, and we might even do an NBA opening night watch party tomorrow on Playback. So be sure to join the Playback room. Support on all platforms. All the links down below in the description. I got a question for the people. I have a question for the people. I know it's hard. I know there's uncertainty. It's very difficult to predict. But drop a comment down below. How many games will the Sixers win in 2023-24? Last year, I got it on the money. I said 54 games. They ended up winning 54 games. How many games will the Sixers win? I put a poll out today on Twitter. The leading vote getter is 45 to 52. That range 65%. Also, we put it on the community page. Almost 3.5K votes. And once again, the leading vote getter is 56%, saying 45 to 52. I think I'm going to go with 51. I think I'm going to go with 51 this year. I still think Nick Nurse will have this team elevated. I think they'll be playing well, but there's just a lot of unknown right now with the team, with the situation. I'm going with 51. Give me your thoughts down below in the comment section. Now, I want to talk about the roster. They made the final cut today. I want to talk about what this team could look like in a few days, because guess what? In 3 nights, they're going to be showing down against the Milwaukee Bucks. Are they ready? Are they ready for the moment? Giannis just signed a 3-year extension with the Bucks. They're coming in locked in, loaded, ready to go. So we will talk about all of that and more. But before we do so, I have to tell you about one of our newest sponsors here on Philly Take with RB, and that is Game Time. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you are looking, say, for tickets to any event, go check out Game Time. You should not have to worry when you're buying tickets to your next big event, because Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and whatever else really interests you. They have killer last-minute deals, all in prices, views right from your seat, and with their best price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying tickets. I actually just purchased tickets with Game Time to go to the Phillies playoff game against the Diamondbacks in the NLCS, and I was very impressed with their service. Very quick, a couple taps, boom, right in my cart and purchased. They have last-minute deals, flash deals, zone deals. They even have an option on their app where you can check the view from your seat before buying the tickets, so you know exactly what to expect when you arrive. You can buy them in just 2 taps, and the Game Time guarantee means that you'll always get the best price. So if you find tickets in the same section and row for less, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code PhillyTake for $20 off your first purchase. Create an account, redeem code PhillyTake for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. All right, let's talk about the Sixers and the chaos and the drama. Maybe you want to go to a game. Maybe you want to go to the first one in Milwaukee. Maybe not. But either way, the Sixers have their final roster heading into Milwaukee in a couple nights, because they have waived Montrezl Harrell. Sources tell The Athletic Harrell's ACL meniscus injury and absence make him the release due to a roster crunch, but he's aiming to make a return after the All-Star break. They did say that the Sixers will be helping him through his rehab process, etc. Just an unfortunate break for Trez, but this was absolutely the right move. They had other guys who were making less that you could have cut easier, but you had to do it. I don't even know why they brought Trez back, but when he went down with the injury, I mean, he was the clear favorite for the last cut. And thankfully, unlike last year, they're not going into the season with an open roster spot, right? They got rid of Isaiah Joe, Charles Bassey. That ended up being a disaster. They saved that roster spot and used it on Dwayne Dedmon in February, but we're not going to talk about that. Anyway, Trez is the final cut. Shout out to Sixer Daily for putting the 15-man roster here as a collective on Twitter. We know the starters, and then the final roster is rounded out with Kelly Oubre, Daniel House Jr., Paul Reed, Pat Bev, Danny Green, Jaden Springer, Mo Bamba, Philip Petrusev, and Furkan Korkmaz. So how many wins is this team going to make? How many wins is this team going to get? Let me know your thoughts down below. Obviously, I don't think this is a championship roster. There's still a lot of uncertainty with this guy right here, James Harden. But who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Speaking of James Harden, we have another update. Adrian Wojnarowski puts this out today. James Harden remains away from the Sixers as the team prepares for practice today. And then in addition to that, he says it's increasingly unclear whether Harden will be available to play in the Sixers opener. I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, he is not suiting up. He is not playing. There's absolutely no way. I said that he would eventually come back. He did. He came back for training camp. And now, I just never would have expected in my lifetime, again, that we would have seen a situation so mirrored, so parallel to the Ben Simmons situation. Now the Sixers are going into a season for the second time in 3 years with an unhappy superstar, with a guy who literally is done. He's not even around the team. He just left, hasn't really been communicative with anybody. James Harden literally came to training camp, thought that I guess that week or week and a half would boost his value. And then I guess the deal fell apart or just never materialized. The Clippers said, no, we're not going to include Terrence Mann. And he said, okay, well, I'm out of here. I'm going home. He went back to Houston, and I don't think he's coming back. So, this is going to get ugly. The difference now, though, is that it's not like Simmons where Harden can sit out for 4 years. No, James Harden literally has to come back, or after 30 days, he can eventually be blocked if he never suits up, can't go anywhere else after this season as a free agent. But Daryl Morey wants value, so he's going to force him to come back and play. All I'm saying is it is going to get ugly here in Philadelphia. And the thing I'm so mad about is that you now are going into another season with a hole in your roster. It's not even like you're fulfilling that talent elsewhere or whatever. Like, there's a hole in the roster. You're missing a guy. So who knows how this is going to play out, but the Sixers do have experience. Shams Charania says that there is no clarity of when James Harden will ever play for the Sixers again. And we got an update from Woj on NBA Today. He says the organization has taken Harden at his word that he's away on a personal matter, that there is something he has to attend, but how long will they do that is certainly a question. It feels so similar to when Ben Simmons cited mental health and said, I got to get away from the team. And the Sixers said, okay, we'll take your word, but then it just drug on. He wasn't there for half the season. I really hope we are not trending towards that same situation. And then Nick Nurse said earlier today in a press conference that he talked to James Harden. He reached out to him to check on him. James said he was okay. Texted back, right? Didn't tell anybody on the team he was leaving. Just got up and left. Said he was okay. And then when Nick Nurse, after this as a follow-up, was asked, does he have an intention of coming back, playing this week? What's going on? Nick Nurse said, we didn't get into it. This is so far past done. It's not even funny. It's over. It is over. James Harden is not coming back to play. He's not coming back. So all the people out there to say, oh, well, he's going to be a good teammate, he's going to show up. No, he's done. He doesn't care enough. Daryl Morey commented on the matter, though. Here's what Daryl said. I find this very interesting. In an interview, Daryl Morey says, quote, I understand the sense of wanting more. Boston and Milwaukee made trades that there's positive sentiment. I would say let's see it play out because last year we had a good off season. I think we did a lot of good moves this year, but from perception-wise, last year was perceived as a very good off season. Unfortunately, that still ended in disappointment, but it didn't change right. This is a whole bunch of mumble jumble. First off, I don't know what Boston and Milwaukee has to do with this, but saying to let it play out is just a very bad decision, as we saw a couple years ago. I mean, sure, that ended up in you getting the guy you wanted, but that was because the Nets had lost 8 in a row, and it was just literally perfect timing. James Harden doesn't have that value. We saw that all off season. He's not going to get that much in return. And for him to say that we did a lot of good moves this year, what moves? What moves? This has been a tumultuous offseason, so I just don't know what he's really getting at here. But to say that it ended in the same result, well, guess what? It might not even get to that result if you don't go out there and alter this roster. So I just do not like that attitude from Morey. I understand the situation he's in is tough, but that just does not make any sense. And he says, quote, look, I feel like we have the MVP of the league in Joel Embiid. We have a great roster, and our aspiration should be the championship. I don't really focus on the second round because I have been past the second round several times. Well, The Sixers haven't been there in who knows how long, right? You counting the years, Daryl? You counting them? And when you say we have the MVP of the league, yeah, we do. So go get him some damn help. Get him past the second round. Yes, he's got to do more, but he has never just had a clean situation to deal with, and it is just frustrating. It is annoying. It feels, again, like I've said all summer, 1 step in, 2 steps out, 5 steps forward, 5 steps backwards. It's just annoying. You say we have future cap flexibility, and then we're trying to win this year. Yes, I think Nick Nurse is going to be a really, really huge beam of light on these players and the young guys. I think they're going to still play good and be competitive, but I just don't see them being able to get past the second round to get past Boston and Milwaukee, if healthy, based on this roster. And I don't think anybody does. I think we're all just contingent on what happens with Harden. And that's how it was with Simmons. That's how it has been with Harden. Sixer fans are going to boil over quickly. They're going to be frustrated. They were promised winning, success during the whole process. And here we are again. And, the funniest part of it all is that Daryl Morey months ago, I think it was July 17th or July 7th, I put out that tweet where he said, don't worry about what the roster looks like in July, because come September and October, it's going to be different. Well, here we are. 3 days until the season begins, and we don't know. Anyway, that's where we're at with it. Those are the updates. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you think will happen? Can the Sixers team, still come out and be competitive and win a lot of games? Who are you expecting to step up big time? Give me all your thoughts down below. Again, we'll be live Sixers Bucks Thursday night. We'll continue to drop all the coverage. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That being said, I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.